Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Libra for the end of October. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, so Libra, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we'll be taking a look at this final portion of the month. So the timeline on this reading will be from October 27th, so this last week of October, all the way until, let me just double check that, November 5th. And the reason I went with November 5th is that is the full moon in Taurus. So we'll see what's coming to a close for you here as we close out this month of October. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and get all of the cards out, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Okay. All right, and I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Okay. Energy on the bottom. You have the World. All right, Libra. So World is a great card to find. The World may suggest that you've been in something for a very long time. You know, the Saturn, you can see the Saturn symbol here in the lower right corner. Saturn is a slow-moving planet. Saturn rewards hard work. Saturn rewards dedication, persistence, and patience. And you can kind of find the similar qualities in the World card. It represents that you've been through a long journey, and that journey can finally be coming to a close, or it can finally be coming to a completion for you. And usually this is successful, Libra, okay? There is an element of success that comes with the World, and also certainty. Certain that something is closing out for you. And this is definitely a card you like to see in a reading. And what I really like here for you, Libra, is not only do you have the World, but you also have the Judgment card. So those cards come one after the other. And I'll get into what that means as we go along in this reading. But I gotta say, Libra, you here have a very strong ending to the month, as I'm taking a quick overview, a quick look at the cards here. And I definitely see that you have something to celebrate during this period of time here, Libra. There's something that you are really happy about. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. Right away in the middle, you do have this Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands, it is a card of ceremonies and celebration. You actually have two cards of that idea here, actually on top of each other here, with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. And you can see here, the folks on the card here just got married. And the thing is that this is a card of marriage in the tarot as well. But, you know, not everybody is getting married, right? And so the idea is that everything that goes along with like the wedding day, right? You think about the preparation, the planning, the happiness, the joy, all of those attributes can apply to the Four of Wands, right? It can even mean in a different way that there is some level of stability as well in your life. As the Four of Wands, it indicates, fours can indicate stability in the tarot. So you here, I have a feeling that some of you are getting settled into something, or you are finally settled into something here, Libra. Like you're in a bit of a groove here, okay? Like you feel like you are settled into something, you have completed something. I even see that you are enjoying the moment here as well as I look at these cards. And let's just move to this first column. You have the Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Now, you know, wands in the tarot, if you've been watching me for a long time, I say this frequently, but wands represent, usually connect to career. It can also just represent your passions in life. It can represent an excitement. And I get the idea that you here probably throughout this year have been in a sort of long-term planning phase of something, or at the very least, what I see here is that you have been dedicated to a goal, to an idea, to a task that is probably career related or work related in some way, shape, or form. And you are finally at the sort of pinnacle here with that. I think that you are settled into something here, and you may even have the opportunity to, now that you're settled in, light like a new fire into your life in some way. Okay, like the reason being is you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is like the spark of life, or the your passions in life. It is really being excited about starting something. It's one of the best, absolute best business cards in the tarot, especially for the self-employed. But it can also, if you're not self-employed, just be about a new start in your career. But this is what I'm trying to sort of like convey or communicate to you. What the cards are suggesting is that you have established a framework, or you've laid some groundwork, okay? And you feel settled into that. And that is sort of acting as a bit of a launch pad for you, okay? Because the Ace of Wands can be like a launch pad, you know? It can be side hustles, it can be starting a business, it can be starting a new career. And the Seven of Pentacles is long range or long-term goals or money, usually. Okay, if you look at the Seven of Pentacles here, the pentacles in the field took a long time to grow, right? And this person's been tending to those pentacles, to those crops, for a long time. So again, with the World and the Seven of Pentacles, there's this theme for you where you have time in something, okay? You literally have put time into something, okay? And it feels like there's a sense of accomplishment, okay, that you are now experiencing here during this period of time. This may have played out over this year of 2025 as we're rolling into November here. This may have played out over a longer time horizon, or maybe half of the year. But it feels like there's a sense of accomplishment, and this could go long. This is like a long-term accomplishment for some people here, okay? Or a long-term goal that you are accomplishing. And I would say, while this is not really a strong love reading, you do have Nine of Cups, Four of Wands, Three of Cups. I will say that if this is about your love situation, this is absolutely a long-term scenario, okay? This is somebody that you will be with for a while, based on this reading, because of the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. And this is someone that I think you could actually even quite be happy, you could find some happiness with as well. The Three of Wands, it represents growth and expansion in life. And so this is what I'm saying. There's this message here where you've laid the groundwork, Libra. And you now have this launch pad combination here of the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands. This is about your growth and expansion. Some of you are also doing some traveling, by the way, as a side note. Not everybody, but some of you are here with the Three of Wands and the World. In the middle, you do have the Three of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Judgment card. So the general theme here is kind of like you've established this groundwork, and now you're celebrating. You know, you're celebrating here. Three of Cups, it is joy, celebration, good times with others, which is a very similar message to the Four of Wands. This may also refer to your social circle, but you see these people are dancing in the rain, not a care in the world, like things are going really well, right? They're having the time of their life. It can be like you also have a moment of pure bliss here with the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups in the tarot for sure. And I really like this because it seems like you've earned this, Libra. Okay, it seems like you've truly earned this for yourself. Okay, and what I would also say is with the Judgment card, it is it's a strong card of like karma in the tarot, and it may suggest that you're finally seeing your results play out. Okay, you're finally seeing the results of all of the actions that you've taken, and you're getting some sort of outcome or results here. And beyond the Judgment card, the final stage is completion, which is the World. you know, and you have this progression of judgment into the world, which for me, it's like you pushed through the hard part. The judgment card can sometimes be the hard part. It can be epiphanies, it can be self-realizations, it can be coming to grips with, you know, choices that you've made in life. And I think the idea of this card is like this idea of like rising from the ashes. The judgment card here, I think this interpretation is probably like that, the rising phoenix message there. But you kind of get the idea that this card can be a little bit challenging. It's a very strong spiritual card that talks about like you seeing everything that you've done up to this point. But you have this perfect combination, this beautiful combination of getting through that and seeing the completion here. So what I would say is that if you've come into this reading with a specific question in mind on like, you know, is this going to work out, or, you know, is this going to finally come to a close, or, you know, will I be successful in this venture? This reading would absolutely indicate that. Just remember, this is a general reading, so take the messages as it resonates. But like, you know, just keep in mind, this is general. But I would say that if this is your reading, it is looking very good for a completion or some level of success here. Okay. Now, in the final column, you have the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so the Hermit here, you know, this is also about introspection. Actually, the Judgment card in the Hermit is a really strong combination of introspection in the tarot, you know, and it's a very strong combination of epiphanies, introspection, looking within oneself. You know, the Hermit in particular is somebody who is kind of seeking knowledge. They're on a path towards knowledge, and usually they find this knowledge within oneself, or they find this knowledge from within. And it can even indicate some like isolation, but I don't see isolation here because you have the Three of Cups next to it. Three of Cups is the opposite of that. The Three of Cups is socializing, it's being with people. So if nothing else, I think, you know, the Hermit is really about you maybe finding out like a deep truth around a particular subject or topic here that's going on in your life with the Judgment card and the Hermit. We'll get into more of that. We'll try to get some details on what that might be for you here, Libra. But with the Knight of Swords, this represents action, or taking swift action in life, striking while the iron is hot, going for something, charging forward with something. You know, the Knight of Swords is also a very strong card of action. So we'll see what that is around. But my intuition suggests that it would be this Ace of Wands card. Okay, if you're really looking to light some new fire in your life with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Wands, that could certainly come forward for you here. You then have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups, it is, you know, wishes coming true, basically, you know, wish fulfillment in life. And it is a moment of pure bliss. You can see the person on the card is very confident and proud of themselves for accomplishing something. So you have that theme all over the board here. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the oracle cards. We'll move into the clarifications portion of this reading, and then we'll also move into the tarot cards for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. I think that's good. Energy on the bottom, you do have Jovial. Trust the unfolding. There's no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. Okay. I do believe that there are no wrong choices in life. But let's see what other messages we have here in the oracles. You have Azrael, Transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you've overcome. Own your story. I think that's a very strong one with the Judgment card, because you are kind of finding out, you know, maybe something difficult that you have to overcome, or you're finding out something very important about yourself here with Judgment and Hermit. You then have Orion, Manifestation Vortex. Focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require. And then Michael, Spiritual Acceleration. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. Okay, let's see what the final cards are here. I pulled a bunch for you. You have Raziel, the inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. okay, as well as amethyst, metamorphosis. You are in a vortex of deep transformation. Surrender to the process that's unfolding. Number of things here that are connecting. You know, these two cards are really, really connecting. The inner workings is basically like the hermit, right? Finding the hidden truths below the surface, or if you're seeking knowledge, finding it from within. And then this idea of like being in a vortex of deep transformation is pretty strong with the judgment card. I keep going back to the judgment card because, you know, it's syncing really well with the world, but let's try to expand on this. Let's expand on this even more. I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you here, Libra, and we'll see what's in the clarifications. Now, Libra, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, wow, you have this Ace of Wands again. Once again, I think this is a strong card for you. You have the King of Wands, wow, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, Libra. Big. Okay, that is big for you. So you have the entrepreneur combination, King of Wands, Ace of Wands. You have it. Okay, if you're thinking about starting a business, this is a strong suggestion that that could be a very successful endeavor for you. Okay. Again, it feels like you've built that groundwork. You've laid that groundwork out. You've created a situation where you're kind of settled in. Okay, you're ready to go. Like you've created a launch pad for yourself here. And you know, the King of Wands is not just an entrepreneur; it's a business, and it's a leader in business. You know, this is somebody who is, you know, maybe the most talented person in the room. Somebody you want to work for, you want to work under, someone you can learn from. It's a strong energy here, and this is all being combined with the idea of growth and expansion of the Three of Wands, a long-term scenario here. I should also say that with the Seven of Pentacles, it may indicate directional shifts, and it is possible that throughout your career you've kind of laid some groundwork to start something. Like maybe in your career you realize that, you know what, I could probably do this on my own, or like, you know, I could build a business around what I do currently. Like these sorts of things could be on the table for you. With the Ace of Pentacles, this is the seed that you are planting that could grow into something that is abundant for you later down the road. Okay, this could be anything in terms of like personal finance. It could be anything in terms of like getting seed money or investments into this business you want to start. It could be you signing off on formal paperwork or documents connected to this or connected to money in some way. These sorts of things are pretty strong for you at this time here, Libra. You may even be like making a sale or taking profit sometimes with the Ace of Pentacles, but this is so strong here, very strong. So let's see what else we have. You have the Star, Ace of Cups, and the Hanged Man. Star, Ace of Cups, and the Hanged Man. Okay. So, do you have, how many aces do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, right? So that's strong. You have 3 of the 4 possible aces, and you have 4 aces total. Okay, so it's very clear that that Libras during this time are given a perfect opportunity to launch something. And I would say that this is a great stretch of time. We do have, let's see here, this will come out on Saturday, so 1, 2. We have 2 weeks before the retrograde, right? Retro will be in shadow a little bit before that, but Mercury will be in shadow a little bit before that. But like this time, you know, I will say, it's like actually, you're the first person I'm doing this series for. You're the first reading I'm doing here for this series, so it's good that this came to mind. But this is like a great opportunity for you to complete the things that you absolutely want to get done before the 9th of November, okay, which is just like 2 weeks from now. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And it seems like you have done a lot of the ground, you've done a lot of the hard work to lead up to this point, okay? So just throwing that out there, okay? If you have something that you really want to get done, it's this period of time is perfect for you to get it done. The star here, this may even suggest you're on social media or something. I connect the star to social media. I connect it to being a star in life. But also it is a wish fulfillment card. In a more traditional sense, and a more likely, the star, it represents wish fulfillment, and an even stronger message of that than the Nine of Cups. But you've certainly pulled the two wish fulfillment cards here with the Nine of Cups and the star. This may feel like the realization of a long-term dream for you, this new beginning, this situation you're initiating here. With the Hanged Man, you here have, it's very interesting. It's possible here that you were waiting prior, you were waiting for some result, or you were waiting for some outcome. You were in limbo a little bit. You were in the wait and see game a little bit. And, I see that the result has or is coming in. Okay. And this is the perfect launch pad to start something. The Ace of Cups, it is new beginnings that may, be connected to happiness or love as well. I will say the love message also looks good here. It's just this is really heavy on career. This is one of the better readings I've done for you in a long time. You have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups, and you have the Five of Wands. Okay, so I would also say that there is a message here that would ask you, or it would suggest that, do not delay for too long. The Knight of Swords is the opposite of the Four of Cups and the Hanged Man. The Knight of Swords is charging forward, going forward into battle, going for something. And the Four of Cups person here, they are just bored. They're not acting. The universe is giving them a perfect opportunity here, and they're not taking advantage. So there is a message here, don't delay too long, Libra, like don't put this off too long. It seems like you have a perfect, like you have fertile ground basically to really get started on something here. Triple ace, quad aces, which is like very rare in a reading. That doesn't always happen. And some of you here are like internally conflicted. Some of you may even be like, I forget what the exact term is, but you may be in disbelief that this is here now. Okay, like you may have an internal conflict around like some of you may be in disbelief that this is finally here and it's finally like the opportunity is finally presented to you. With the Ten of Pentacles, it represents long-term abundance. You plant the seed of the Ace of Pentacles in hopes of it eventually growing in and blossoming to the Ten of Pentacles. And to me, this suggestion is that whatever you're starting now could be a very long-term thing. It could be a quite successful thing, if I'm really looking at this here. And the other thing is the Ten of Pentacles, it can be long-term money or long-range money, but on a higher form than the Seven of Pentacles. It's like generational money that you pass down, or even big business as well. So for you, you have the perfect, it feels like you have the perfect chance, okay, to get started on something. And the reason you have the perfect chance is because you're settled in and you've created a launch pad for yourself. You've done the groundwork, you've laid the groundwork, and you're now rewarded with this perfect opportunity here. With the Four of Swords here on the bottom as well. You have the Four of Swords on the bottom, which represents rest and recovery, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's time for that. Okay, this is more of a launch pad reading after you've already completed something with the World and this idea of like laying your groundwork, laying your foundation, your firm foundation for yourself. So let's take a look at what is in the Kipper cards here for you, Libra, and we'll see what shows up in those in these cards here. Okay. You have message, mature man, expectation, thoughts, child, and distant horizons. Well, I wasn't expecting these cards, but they came out for a reason. So I would say that the child card, You do have like maybe a few cards of family here with the Ten of Pentacles and the, one could say maybe the Four of Wands. Maybe even that would be more like starting a new family, okay? With the like starting your own family, or if you have children of your own, maybe your children are welcoming grandchildren into the world. There is maybe like a fertility symbol here, which is the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. That's maybe the best kind of way I could look at the child card with these other cards. And with, yeah, and there maybe even be, you might be in an elder position here as well with the mature man, doesn't matter what gender you are, as well. Let's just get one message here on the bad health, which you got coffin. I laugh because these cards are not, I don't read them literally. The coffin card, it is like an ending in life. You know, it's simply an end. It's like the death card in the tarot. It's a transformation or an ending in life. Some of you here may have realized that there are some, you may have been like dealing with some health challenges or health issues that you've been working through. Okay, the star card is actually a good health card. As well. And the coffin card may mean that it's the end of that as well here. So to be fair, I'm not getting a lot out of these Kipper cards this time around. The distant horizons, it does say coast is clear for you. This may take 1 to 3 months, but overall, this looks very good. You do have the marriage card on the bottom, which the marriage card is similar to the Four of Wands in the tarot. So Libra, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.